Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. Today, let's talk about retrograde planets. Whenever I post a video which is about transits or it's about Navamsha or any other natal placement, there's always one question. What if a planet is retrograde? How will that function as per the transit or as per your chart? Today's video is your ultimate guide to retrograde planets. Let's see how these planets function when they are retrograde. Though retrograde means backward motion, but in astrology, the retrograde is apparent backward motion. It's all about slowing down of planets, and when something slows down, it is about more intense impact of that particular planet. So whether it's your Mercury or Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, let's see how the retrograde planets function. Let's look into the depth of retrograde planets. Before we focus on each and every planet and how it functions when it goes retrograde, let's see what is the meaning of retrograde. Retrograde means backward movement or to step backward, but in astrology, retrograde means apparent backward motion of planet. It looks like it's going backward, but it's not yet. Its function and impact is way different and deeper than the direct planets. Number two, what all planets go retrograde? Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn. The luminaries, Sun, Moon, they never go retrograde. They rule over the very foundation of your life. Sun is soul, Moon is mind. And if you see the very life on earth is because of the interaction of Earth with the Sun and Moon. It creates life. So they are very important and foundational planets. Sun is central. Okay, Sun is in the center, so the Earth revolves around it. Moon moves faster than Earth. So these planets cannot be retrograde in Vedic astrology. So it's the Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn. They go retrograde, and these five planets shows how the external influences of life deeply are going to shape us and transform us. Number three, what are the traits of retrograde planets? Number one, it's the inner work. It pushes you to change. It pushes you to figure out a lot of things on your own. They kind of impact your inner expression. All the outer influences of life, the external factors, greatly impact your personality and what you will do with your talents and potential and power. So these retrograde planets have a very great impact on your inner work. They push you to shape yourself, transform yourself. All the energy of the planet is directed inwards. Therefore, the impact of the retrograde planet is maximum on you. Number two, they have the Cheshtabal. It means the great drive, great force, great power to do things. The very desire to act, the desire to work or manifest or make things happen. So here, the Cheshtabal, the drive of these planets is very strong. So it should be used beautifully to create things in life. Number three, it certainly brings some kind of delay. Every retrograde planet brings some kind of delay. Like if Jupiter goes retrograde, it may impact or delay the marriage or education or financial expansion. Saturn, if it goes retrograde, it impacts your career. So they bring some kind of delay or waiting for you. Of course, the fourth point is every planet brings karmic lessons. Every retrograde planet brings a lesson to rethink, to reconsider, to redo something again. It may bring repetitive patterns in life. And these patterns may repeat and repeat until and unless you learn and you break those patterns. With Mars retrograde, the theme is courage. How and when you will use your courage. It leads to a lot of anger as you may postpone your action. Postponing of actions, postponing of the confrontation happens with this placement. Sometimes you may fail to show your courage when you are supposed to, when you are supposed to take the action immediately. What you are learning here is to channel your energy. There's a lot of innovative power, but you may feel you cannot use that energy at the right moment. The external impact of the world creates anger. It definitely is going to test your patience, and all of this leads to anger and deep trigger. And over here it's your task how to channel that anger, that trigger, into creation, how to lead people, how to guide people, how to be more innovative rather than getting into the mode of self destruction. So you have to use all that anger and that energy to do something better, to transform your life rather than destroying your own journey. And being consistent is what will bring you success. Your path is about a lot of work at one time, and it really needs a lot of effort and planning. You have to be consistent with what you are doing. There can be breaks, periods of great energy followed by periods of nothing. You're drained, you're not doing anything. So breaks in your efforts and planning leads to blocks. The very karmic theme of this placement is you have to work on your physical endurance and also your courage, your emotional strength and courage. People may underestimate your strength, and a lot of times you may underestimate your strength. It also shows a karmic theme of misuse of your power, misuse of your strength, of your courage. So in this journey you feel a block with your courage and your action. And the repetitive patterns you may experience is losing your power, losing your strength over very small issues, always thinking that others are more powerful than you, they have more worth than you. So this is a repetitive pattern until and unless you start having a lot of courage and being consistent with your efforts. These kind of repetitive patterns may come in your way. Let's talk about Mercury. Well, when the Mercury goes retrograde, there's a lot of inner noise because Mercury is your thought process, it's your thinking. So it brings a lot of inner noise. Of course, this inner noise is because of everything happening around you, and it gets very difficult to listen to your voice and trust your ideas. Trusting your thought and ideas is the major work you have to do in this life. The other people's impact through conversation and communication sometimes may fade your opinion. Therefore, the major work is to trust what you think. Having clarity in what you want from life is important. There can be hesitation in speaking your truth or what you feel, or speech issues, literal physical speech issues may happen. And also, your mind gets stuck in what others are saying, the outer influences. Overthinking, overanalyzing before taking any step may happen. So, it delays the actions, it delays your expression as well. Or maybe it could be the other way, that you do things without even giving a thought. So your thinking process, how you analyze, how you kind of do the inner work before you take a step, this is where you have to work the most with the retrograde Mercury. The karmic theme, the karmic tone the retrograde Mercury bring is that do not quickly believe in what others are saying. You have to really correct this part of easily trusting other people, easily believing what others are saying. The karmic tone could also be misuse of information. With respect to the past life karma, it shows misuse of a certain conversation, or maybe a certain idea or information. Or maybe it shows a karmic theme of processing lies and manipulation. The soul is constantly working in this area of processing these things. So, clarity of mind is what you have to really achieve here. And the repetitive patterns you may go through is a lot of rethinking on certain decisions, re-evaluating your plans, re-evaluating your ideas. Repetitive pattern is going in this very same theme of not saying your truth, what you want to express, what you want. There's this block in expression. People may block you, may stop you from speaking, from saying your truth. So these are different patterns which you may face, but what you are learning is to rethink in your life whatever you are doing, re-evaluate it. It's very important. So life will give you certain situations where you have to rethink, re-evaluate your plans, your ideas, your any kind of life aspect. Jupiter being retrograde can bring delay in learning. Now, a lot of people will say, no, my education never got delayed. Now, it depends a lot on the sign, on the house placements. But yes, Jupiter for a lot of people bring delay in the learning. For some people, it could be about following a certain belief system in life. Like they're very particular about a particular philosophy, what they believe in, and they fail to see the truth, or they fail to see the perspective of other people, like not honoring what other people's belief system is. For some people, it could be even a lack of belief in the conventional learning system or schools. Some people can be deeply spiritual. Some people may have a very half-hearted faith over here. So it depends from person to person, but the very expansion, the very prosperity factor of Jupiter comes with delays. Faith and navigation are the most important themes. Learning to have faith in different situations, learning to be very positive in life. This is the very major lesson. Like there's always some faith issues with respect to life, how life will turn out ahead. You don't have to control things, or try to do things in your way. Let things unfold the very uh, in a very divine way. Like you don't have to always control the results of whatever you are doing. Let things unfold in the very divine way. A lot of philosophy or religion or traditions may look forced on you. Therefore, it gets very difficult to learn about the world, as one cannot differentiate what is true and what is just built on blind faith and forced information. So within you is a teacher. Start trusting that guide in you. Tough lessons may come from gurus. You have to activate your guru. You have to activate the very inner guide coming through Jupiter. You have great blessings of Jupiter. Expansion, prosperity, finding the right path. These are the karmic themes coming through retrograde Jupiter. Struggle with expansion, struggle with finding the right path, becoming very certain and positive about where you are going in life, what you are doing in life. And also, the karmic theme is that don't judge yourself based on other people's view, or don't judge yourself based on other people's philosophy. It shows a karma of very blind faith, not ready to learn something, not ready to open up to the world. So in this life, a lot of times your belief system will change. Learning about different languages may also happen. Learning about different cultures may happen. The repetitive pattern is, which you may face, is lack of hope, maybe tension with your teachers, your gurus, blocks in expansion, some challenges with children, or challenges with growth. You're doing your best, but you're struggling with growth. When Venus is retrograde, its major theme revolves around love, soul contracts, and relationships. But more than that, it is about self worth and harmony in life. You have to work a lot towards the very structure, depth, and strength of love in a connection or a partnership, rather than focusing on the very aesthetics and the outward view of your relationship. It's very important to create a bond that is stable in your eyes, not in the eyes of world. And the major struggle is that you don't know where you stand in a relationship. You might be unsure about the other person, but still you pursue that person on the name of companionship, for the sake of companionship. So the retrograde Venus is all about awakening of what do you want in a relationship? Where do you want to go with this relationship? Learning to be on your own as well, because as I told you, Venus retrograde is a lot about self-worth. Don't let a relationship drag you everywhere. And overall, there is definitely a fear of being alone. And that's the work you have to do. It's all about self worth and self harmony, creating a life which is full of self worth, doing things, expression of the creativity coming from Venus, artistic ability to enhance your strength and self worth. It is your very creativity and artistic ability which will strengthen your life. It will bring this sense of self worth and importance. The very karmic theme of Venus retrograde is triggering soul contracts, challenging people, challenging partnerships, even betrayal, which leads to the awakening of self worth, which leads to the awakening of the very beautiful talent or creativity deep within. The repetitive patterns which you may experience with retrograde Venus is you may settle for unworthy people. Constantly, you are giving opportunities to people who hurt you, giving second chances to people who really don't deserve you, losing your value in a connection. So, these are the repetitive patterns, and they repeat until you don't stand for yourself, for your self worth. And you don't find, until and unless you don't find your creative expression, your potential, which helps you to have that sense of self worth. And also, with retrograde Venus, like, there can be a lot of focus on how you look. Your looks may make you very worthy of love, which is not true. So the aesthetics are important, but overall, it's not the aesthetics in love or beauty, it's more of the strength of connection. No matter what happens, no matter whatever highs and lows may come into your life, stability in the connection, which is purely because of the love and affection. The biggest struggle of Saturn retrograde is self sabotage and self criticism. Even the most beautiful things which may happen to be around you, you will be in a prison, because look at the intensity of the retrograde Saturn. It's like a block, it's like a restriction, that I cannot enjoy this, I cannot have this, maybe I don't deserve this. So the struggle with Saturn is a self-created prison, and it's too difficult to escape, but not impossible. The major effort here is to rewire your mind. All of these issues may come from a very younger age, where your belief system is impacted, that I don't deserve good things, or everything goes wrong with me. Maybe this is what my destiny is. So you may see restrictions, and then your life path becomes restriction. You yourself may put restrictions in your journey. This is not for me, this is not something I can have in this life, this is a dream which can never happen for me. So there's a lot of negative talk which goes in your mind, and you have to break that pattern. So, retrograde Saturn is like changing the very foundation of how you act, how you think, your belief system, the very structure of life. Don't internalize the pain, criticism, and the burden coming from others. You already feel things very intensely. You have a task to organize and manage your life in a such a way that you're doing a self mastery, which means overcoming self doubts, pain, and challenges. Even if something, goes wrong, you're very well equipped emotionally, financially, that you will overcome it. With retrograde Saturn, I have seen repetitive patterns of financial challenges or a repetitive pattern of blocks in career. So you have to work a lot on your finances, and also emotionally you have to strengthen yourself. That's why I was saying self mastery, to make yourself so strong that even in the challenges, you're very well equipped mentally, that you can overcome those issues. So, what kind of a karmic theme Saturn is bringing here as it is retrograde? It brings fears, fear of judgment, fear of authority, or maybe losing stability could also be a fear in your mind. And also, life may give you struggles just to make you more self disciplined. It shows a past life karma of being very harsh with people who might be working under you. They're not having enough power like you have, so it shows misuse of the power. And the karmic tone is also responsibility, a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. The repetitive patterns you may experience with retrograde Saturn is certain soul contracts in your life. These soul contracts may bring lessons of self mastery, lessons of how you have to change yourself, how you have to pick yourself every time and be more stronger. It may bring karmic debt with people, or financial debt as well. So there are a lot of repetitive lessons you may learn from different situations, until unless you break that chain, you break that lesson, and you evolve.